I know that if I'd have purchased these designer bags, I would regret them now. Find out which bags they are and why I'm glad I didn't buy them in today's video. Hey everyone, my name is Steph. If you are new to this channel and love all things luxury, you, my friend, are in exactly the right place because we get it and not everyone does. So make sure you join us by hitting the subscribe button and the bell down below. Today's video is an interesting one and it has been quite a reflective process. Some of the luxury bags that I have considered buying, didn't buy, and now I have no regrets that I didn't buy them. Please do get involved in the comments down below. What do you think to the bags that I didn't buy? Do you think I made the right decisions? But most importantly, I would love to hear what bags you didn't buy and you now think that was a really good decision. I think we can learn a lot from each other. And if you never want to miss a future video release again, or price increase, or like super incredible sale and discount exclusive offers that I get given, make sure you sign up to the Handbagholic email list. I'll pop a link so that you can sign up down below. Isn't the beauty of hindsight such a great thing? Okay, let's dive straight into today's video. Bag number one that I'm glad that I didn't buy, and I came so close to buying this bag to the point I saw this bag in store in London at Selfridges and I decided to sleep on it, and I decided that the next day I would go back and buy the bag. I went back and it had sold. That is how close I came to buying this particular bag. It was sold out online as well. And then over time, it just kind of left me, okay? This was the Dior Book Tote bag in the, what would be described now as the medium size, but at the time it was called the small size. So now it's the medium, and it was in the dark blue Toile de Joie print. It had not long been released, and I was already debating this print because I really like it. And I like that this was a dark blue. Knowing what I know about the book tote bag and like staining and stuff, I think a darker colour can be wiser to go for. The reason that I'm glad that I never got this book tote bag is that you might, well, you already know this now, a new size has been brought out, a new small size. So now we have technically 4 sizes of the book tote, but we have a small, medium and large. To be honest, I think this tote bag in like the new medium size, which is the one that I was debating, is a really great size. But when it comes to tote bags, because this one has no option to crossbody it, you don't get any shoulder strap, I actually prefer the smaller size, even though you can't get as much inside. If I need a bigger bag, I generally wouldn't use like this size tote bag too much if it doesn't have a shoulder strap. I already have my Saint Laurent Rive Gauche tote bag as well, which is the same size, and I'm glad I didn't get it because the new small size came out and in the most amazing print for autumn winter 2022. And hello, here she is. I've already unboxed her on this channel. My Dior Book Tote bag in the new small size in the autumn winter 2022 Jardin print. It's absolutely glorious. It's very different to anything that I've got in my collection. The detailing is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'm loving all the flowers and the birds on this bag. And for me, this size, I just absolutely love it. Like, it can fit like all my essentials in, like purse, keys, phone, a small bottle of water, even some snacks, my camera as well. It can fit all of that inside. And I feel like if I'd have got the bigger one, I would just put more stuff inside. It would just have got heavier. This is a nice size because it doesn't get too heavy. So yeah, I'm really glad that I didn't get that one originally, because now I have, I think, a dream print and also an even better size for me. The second bag that I'm glad I didn't buy. This has been one of my kind of holy grail bags for many years. I still don't have it in my collection, but I'm glad that I didn't buy it when I was nearly about to. This is the Louis Vuitton Capucines bag in the Gallet colour in the BB size. Okay, I think this bag is glorious and it was so hard for me to get hold of, and also they are incredibly expensive bags. So I didn't get the BB bag, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because a very similar thing happened to what happened with Dior and the book tote bag. The mini size of the Capucines bag was released after. So the BB was originally the smallest size of the Capucine bag that you could buy, but then the mini size came out. I'm not exactly sure when this came out. I think it was about 2 years ago now. And as you might have already guessed, I am slightly obsessed with the Capucine mini bag. There is just something about this bag in the mini size, even though it's not the most practical due to its size. I can get phone, card holder. Like for me, these are evening bags more than anything else because you can't fit a lot inside. The mini size is just so perfect. I love them. And I found as well, because I have had all sizes of the Capucine bag, the larger they go, like the worse they wear and tear. Like the leather over time softens, they can start to sag. So like the BB size, even the MM, all of those sizes I don't find to look as good as the mini. Like the minis just look so cute, and because they're like a little bit more together and structured, they don't seem to have the same issue that the bigger ones do. So I'm really glad I didn't get the BB. Now, I still haven't got my dream mini galet, but it's definitely on the cards. It is a bag that I'm seriously considering adding to my beautiful Capucine mini collection. I've got 2 already, so I'm just working out. I don't want to be completely greedy, but that galet colour with the gold hardware has been my dream for like the longest time. So it will definitely at some point, I think, be added to my collection. But I'm really glad I didn't get the BB size, because I would be selling it and making probably quite a big loss on the bag in order to get the mini. Bag number 3 is one from Gucci. It is one that I debated and looked at for the longest time, and it is the Gucci Marmont bag, and I wanted it specifically in the dusty pink, probably in the small size. I was looking at this for quite a long time. I really liked it at the time. I'd not long got my Gucci Marmont belt with the GGs on, which I really like, but it has now departed. And I'm so glad that I didn't get this bag, even though I do think they are quite pretty. I feel like the Marmont range from Gucci has been done a lot. I know a lot of other people have kind of said, like the Gucci Marmont stuff, like the belt, you just see them everywhere. And I, for a while, refused to kind of see that. And I was like, if I like the belt, I'm keeping it. Over time, you do see a lot of them. And not just that, you see a lot of fake versions of the belt and the bags. But yeah, one of the biggest things for me with the Marmont bag is I have seen a lot of these bags that have been pre-loved, and they look pretty battered. Like, I've no doubt they've been absolutely hammered, so of course they are going to look that way. But for me, I don't know, I just feel like because it's maybe like a softer kind of squishier bag, it's less structured than the bags that I like personally, like my On The Go. I just love things that hold their shape, maybe a bit boxy. And I feel like the Marmont, the ones that I have seen, like they have chips on the metal, the leather is kind of worn away a bit. I don't know, they just don't look so good. So I'm really glad I didn't get the Marmont bag. And I know right now, if I had one in my collection, I'd probably be selling it. Bag number 4 is another one from Gucci. This is the Diana bag, and I wanted it specifically in the jumbo canvas like print. And I do really like the look of this bag. And when I first saw it, I don't know what it was, but I fell in love. And I was like, this is the Gucci Diana bag for me. But since then, they again have brought out a mini size, which is adorable. And I've been in store quite a few times. So you've probably seen if you've watched any of my recent vlogs. I always go and try on the Diana bag because it's just one of those bags that I could definitely maybe see in my collection in the future, but there's so many nice colours, I don't know which one to go for. But I'm glad I didn't get the jumbo monogram print from Gucci, because I think the leather ones, I don't know what it is, but the leather ones for me now speak to me so much more. I think they've brought it out in so many really cool colours. They've also got the straps, and like they kind of clash with the colours sometimes. Like you can get fluoro orange and you can get like baby pink, so you could buy the straps separately. I really like that, so I'm really glad that I didn't get the jumbo print. And I would now 100% go down like a full block colour option. I'm just not sure which colour to go for. It's kind of a toss up between the dark and light green, which is really beautiful. I've tried that on in Dubai, and the pink's really nice as well. Bag number 5, and this one pains me to actually tell you this, and also due to price increases, there's an element of regret here. Okay, I came this close to buying an Hermes Birkin bag. It was a size 35, it was a vintage version of the bag, but it looked immaculate. And it was in the Ardeen's leather, which is a leather that they don't do anymore. To my knowledge, they don't do this leather anymore, but it's super hard wearing, and it means that even if you use the bag a lot, it still holds its structure really well. And it had gold hardware. And I think it was at the time around £6,500. So, you know, it would have definitely been my most expensive bag in my collection. And I was, again, the lady that I was buying it from, because it was such a big amount of money, she didn't live too far away from me, and I was actually going to go and see it and pick it up. But I just didn't. I just didn't go. I kind of chickened out of the whole situation. I was unsure. I was like, I need to get it authenticated, blah, blah, blah. And I just freaked myself out about the whole thing. In hindsight, I'm glad that I didn't get it. Well, there's a part of me that isn't. There's a part of me that regrets not getting it. But I know after trying on a 35 Birkin bag and a 30 and a 25, that the 30 is the size that I really, really want, because I don't want a tote that is super heavy. I want one that's slightly smaller but big enough for all my everyday essentials. And after doing a lot of soul searching, the Birkin 30 I know is going to be the size for me. Now I've decided that I'm going to try and wait it out and see if I can get one from store, because I would love one brand new. Hermes is a brand that I'm looking at more and more, and I would just like a store fresh one, as opposed to having to worry about authentication on such an expensive bag, and yeah, just all of that stuff. So I'm glad that I didn't get it, because obviously now I can use that money towards hopefully a dream Birkin 30 one day. Bag number 6 that I'm glad I didn't get. I did actually get. I bought it. I unboxed it on this channel. There's a review of it, okay? It was the Dior D-Lite bag in the Zodiac embroidery, which I really, really loved. Okay, I bought it because I loved it, but there was a few things that I oversaw in order to get that one with that embroidery and that pattern. One of the main ones is the size. So it was the medium size. You couldn't get it in any other size. And I recently got the small Lady Dior in the diamond motif, the black diamond motif, which is so, so beautiful. I've done another video on that, because that was going to be a bag that it should be here now. It was going to be in my collection until the end of time, I've no doubt, but there was an issue that I was made aware of from subscribers over on my Instagram. If you want following me already, my handle's at Handbagholic. Thank you so much to those people that let me know there was an issue with the coating of the leather, and I decided that for that amount of money, I didn't want to be buying a problem, and I felt like the bag would maybe become that, and I would have to return it to Dior and go through like returns processes and asking for exchanges, and just in general, like I just didn't want to do that. But on having that bag, trying it with outfits, the small size is so much better for me. I absolutely loved it. I felt it worked so much better as a crossbody bag, and I wanted to wear the D-Lite as a crossbody, but it was quite a little bit bulkier. So for me, yeah, I did get this bag, but I am glad that I returned the D-Lite, and I'm really, really hoping that I will have a small Lady Dior again in my collection. Hopefully the diamond motif, if they can sort the issue out with the coating on the leather. I will link to that video if you want to find out more about it in the description box down below, to the D-Lite review, and also the reason that, like, the issues, the photographs of why I returned the small diamond motif one. And last but not least, the final bag that I'm glad I didn't buy. This was going to be very much an impulse purchase as opposed to a thought out one, and I'm glad that I didn't fall victim to my impulses, okay? This was a Louis Vuitton Lockme Tote bag, and it was pre-loved. It was actually at Designer Exchange, I believe it was, at Bicester Village. So they had a pop-up store there, and it was black leather with silver hardware, and it was a really great price. I think it was about £1,200, so quite a saving on recommended retail. And I literally agonized over whether to buy that, because obviously pre-loved, it's a little bit different to brand new. You kind of have to decide quickly because things can sell. And I agonized the whole like Bicester Village trip as I was shopping about going back and buying the bag, because I don't like to buy like then and there. I like to go away and think about things. And it definitely sat with me for a while. I was checking the website. They hadn't listed it on the site. It was only in the store. And I was like so close to giving them a call and saying, I made a mistake. Is it still available? I want to buy it. I'm glad that I didn't. The reason is, number one, I've got a lot of tote bags in my collection already. I've got my Neverfull, my On The Go, and I don't really use them that much anymore because of my nature of work. I'm at home a lot. I don't need big tote bags, you know, all the time. Whereas when I was at work, tote bags were easy. They were great to use. But yeah, I'm glad that I didn't get it. And also silver hardware. I know what I know about myself after collecting luxury for this many years, and I really like gold hardware. I don't mind the odd silver piece, but like generally I just gravitate towards gold. I prefer gold jewelry. I prefer gold hardware on my designer bags as well. So yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't spend £1,200 on that Louis Vuitton bag that I could then spend on other bags that I love more. So I'm glad that I didn't buy it. Which designer bags and maybe some other luxury pieces have you come really, really close to buying, but maybe now with the beauty of hindsight, you're glad that you didn't? Please do get involved and let me know in the comments down below. If you aren't already on the email list and don't want to miss out on any exclusive discounts that I get given from brands to give to you, price increase notifications, and also video releases like this one, make sure you sign up to the list. I will pop a link in the description box down below for you. Make sure you don't go anywhere, because coming up next, I'll link my latest video release here for you and over here. Why you should never wear luxury to the workplace, my experience and some of yours as well. Enjoy.